back. You've joined the Hog Auckland chapter on a return ride back from the Rangiriri Hotel in the Waikato. We had a ride out here on a Saturday just last weekend before Cyclone Gabriel made landfall, and on this particular day we could see, well, we're going to get some awful weather coming along. There's a ride scheduled, let's get out there and get amongst it while the weather's still nice. And it turned out to be just that, although we did find that the traffic was pretty thick on the motorways. The ride down is covered in some really great detail on my buddy Dino's YouTube channel, Dino's Motorcycle Rides. You want to check that out to see this particular ride on the way down. But this is the ride on the way back, and we would typically just jump onto the motorway and have a quick ride back home. But on this day we could see from the hotel that the traffic on the Waikato Expressway was awful. It was backed right up. I think there'd been an accident upstream, a bad one, and the motorway was a parking lot, and that would then mean for many of us lane splitting for 45 minutes or more, which isn't really a very attractive option. So a poll was taken amongst a lot of the riders there, and we ended up following Joe, 90, who took us on a route that he prefers, heading along through from Rangiriri through Te Kauwhata, Waerenga, up through Maramarua, through Mangatawhiri, and this video will come to an end in Paparimu Rd, which we came to a halt because we had started to lose a couple of our group. We were waiting for them to catch up or to find out what became of them, because they were no longer behind us as we had expected. Now, it turned out to be a really enjoyable route back because, one, we stayed off the motorway and the roads that we chose to ride on were pretty much empty, traffic free, so it was a win-win as far as we're concerned. Fabulous stuff. So we're travelling along Waerenga Road, and there is a scenic route that we're just taking here on a road called Coalfields Rd, and this leads through a lot of countryside, a lot of long straights. It's an open road, speed limit road, so there's very little in the way of traffic along here. It's nice riding. Along here a little bit further there's a place you can turn left to get back onto the motor if you choose, Island Block Road, but we carried straight on along. We were wanting to delay our arrival onto the motorway as long as we could, and in the meantime enjoy some of this magnificent scenic countryside. It's much nicer to be riding on fresh open roads, and the roads are in actually good condition around here as well, than be cramped up on the motorway travelling at a very low speed, trying to split between cars, trucks and all that general carry on. Not all that pleasant, but this is the way to go. We just had a great time along here. We're now switched on to, well, the road kind of changes into a road called Coalfields Rd. There must have been coal here at some stage for the road to have this name. I don't know where that is. There's no evidence of it. It's this lush green country farmland on one side, and on the other is like a marshy wetlands reserve area. Again, it's quite a scenic route, and there are more scenic detours along the way. We have been on this particular one up there once before, I can recall, but again, we weren't heading that way. We were heading in the general direction of north, so carry on along this way we did. Funny thing with all these back country roads that we would usually ride on, or often ride on, as a riding group, we used to take a lot of these for granted that they would be in good shape. Now you've pretty much got to check many of them almost every few weeks to make sure, well, is it still okay? Did it survive this storm? Did it survive that storm? Did it survive this cyclone? And I guess Coalfields Rd, Falls Road will be the same after Cyclone Gabriel has come through. It would probably pay to recheck to make sure that the road is actually rideable, but on the Saturday before Gabriel came through, Coalfields Rd was in great shape. We had a trouble-free riding along the road, and very enjoyable it was. At this stage we're turning off Coalfields Rd, we're turning onto a road called Kopuku Rd. This is going to take us down to State Highway 2. We're going to transition through State Highway 2 and head up through, we're going to take the Mangatangi Offramp, and that will get us onto Mangatawhiri Rd, which will take us past an old holiday icon, the castle. It used to be like a tea rooms, ice cream stop on the holiday highway, but as soon as they got in some decent highway bypasses, the custom just dried off completely for the place, and it ended up no longer being a viable commercial business. It was for sale for the longest time, and now that castle has been sold privately. I think it's now a residence, but we do travel past that. Anyway, we're coming up towards that as we leave State Highway 2, and we now move ourselves onto, I think this one's called Rawiri Rd, and this will take us up through. Those of you that have been up here before, you'll probably start to think, oh yeah, this is getting familiar. Mangatangi Road, turn off is on the right up ahead. That'll take you down towards Miranda. Carry on left, you're just carrying on along Mangatawhiri Rd, and very soon we'll see the very soon with editing, we'll see the castle come into view as we round this particular corner. I remember seeing that real estate listing when the castle was for sale, and it was for sale for a long time. They couldn't move it, and the price they were asking, it did have a number on it. I think it was $500,000 not that long ago, within the last year or two. I thought, wow, that's kind of a bargain. Middle of nowhere, but still a bargain anyway. It wasn't my property, but someone's got a good deal. Now we're on Lyons Road, heading up towards the old Hotel Divan. Turning left here, turning on to Paparimu Rd. At this point, our ride leader, Joe 90, pulled us over to have a stop to regroup because we'd lost a couple of riders from the rear, and we were just waiting to see what happened to them. And that seems about a good enough place for me to wrap this one up. I'll just let it play out now, and wish you safe riding out there. Take care, ride safe, have fun. See you next time.